Cuts back in the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown, Rocks.
Throws to the corner of the end zone, wide open diving catch.
From Patricia Wilson Field, the home of the Hatters, but today home to the FACA Softball All-Star Game. And we welcome you to a beautiful facility in DeLand, Florida. Clouds are rolling in, but the temperatures are not as hot as they were yesterday, but the competition most definitely is. We have some of the best softball players, I think, in the state hanging out with us today. And of course, softball, you know, a little bit different than baseball, not in the sense of mechanics, but more in the sense of it's a closer field. So bunting and speed are really going to be the name of the game. You're going to see a lot of people legging out these balls that are hit down the line. You're going to see a lot of people legging out these infield hits, you know, little bloopers to the shortstop. You're going to see a lot of bunts. And I think it's going to be a really exciting matchup. South versus West coming right up. Now Addison Michael up for the first time today. The left-hander out of Coral Springs Charter. She took her first pitch to 1-0. Finds the zone for a strike, make it 1-1. Shows bunt, next offering. Swung on and fouled back towards the dugout. Not a play. And just like I said, we're going to see a lot of bunts, a lot of different techniques used for hitting here that I think you just don't see a lot in different versions of this sport as we take our time here and throw it in. Next offering misses low. Michael batting .411 this season. For Cape Coral, the infielder. Swings and hits one foul again down the left field line and out of play. She's got that run up to her, and you'll notice that in a lot of softball players. They take that run up, and that's just to kind of get some speed going towards first base and get that extra edge as she shows bunt. The next offering is in the dirt again for ball 3. She runs the count full here as the leadoff hitter. She's seen a lot of pitches. And with a .484 on-base percentage is certainly somebody who's gotten on base a lot as she shows bunt. Now fires, and it's chopped off the handle of the bat to short. Throw to first will not be in time, and you just saw her leg one out there. An infield single for Michael. And that'll bring up Tori Payne with a runner on. Out of Wellington, Florida. .357 and 69 plate appearances. That ball misses outside. Really takes her time with the windup. Now fires. Pitch misses high. And you can see just how much faster this game moves. If you hung out with us yesterday and tuned in for the baseball all-star game, there's a difference in energy here. And I think it's visible in both the players and the attendees. And just the play style of game, these girls are very aggressive. Ready to go on first. The wind and the pitch is swung on and hit the other way out to right. Trailing back towards the foul pole and on the run makes the grab, but not before she can tag up. The throw to second, the tag, she's safe. Michael in there with a quick little steal of second base after that fly out to right. And that brings up Robinson. Heather Robertson, the right-hander. Also out of Coral Springs. She's got our teammate standing there on second, probably a familiar sight for her. 92 hits this year and 105 games played as she swings through and misses for strike one. Middle of the box, but up on the plate. 0-1 is swung through again and missed for strike two. Now showing bunt, the runner not held on at second. This is swung on and pops straight up. Catcher has a read on it and makes the grab for two away. So she will strand the runner on second. That was hit directly, directly over the catcher. As Aaron Lowe now settles into the box. First pitch just misses outside. Aaron has 4 home runs this season and is certainly a powerful hitter. You can see just how she carries the power in her swing. A lot of bat speed for Aaron. And I think you're going to see some good things from her as he chops one the other way to second. Going to have to hurry with the throw. She tosses, and they got the out. It was a close play at first base, and it worked out for the Western All-Stars. That'll do it for the top half of the first inning. We're back in just a moment.
Fans, another reminder that today's games are being live streamed on YouTube, on QwikCut Sports YouTube. Check out the app.
Cullen Ames gets the nod here for the Southern All-Stars to pitch. 1.32 ERA and 37 wins, 3.23.2 innings pitched with 641 strikeouts. Just an absolutely incredible high school career for her out of Miami Country Day. The left-hander Ariana Williams will settle in. First pitch misses outside. Corners playing in, infielders playing in. One-0 delivery. Finds the zone for a strike, makes it 1-1. Cubs sets and delivers. Shows bunt, but the breaking ball way over her head. That one just kind of got out of Ames's hands. You see with the delivery there, just kind of, with the breaking ball, it's such a different grip for each player, especially that type of pitch. And with the mechanics of a softball pitch, it's really easy to let that ball kind of get out of hand. That misses high for 2-1. Next offering, and they're going to walk her. So the West All-Stars have their first player on first. And now Bailey Goodwin will step up for the first time. Runner went to go, then kind of second-guessed herself there. And I anticipate a lot of stolen bases here. .431 on the year for Goodwin. Goodwin hits it one the other way and out of play. Still a player on first, but 96 RBI for Goodwin, who has the opportunity to drive in a run here. We're still scoreless as we're in the bottom of the first. 0-2 pitch from Ames. Hit the other way, right to third. They're going to toss it over to first, and they get the double play. Beautiful defense by Victoria Burnett. And now here's Danica Spanagati. And that was a fantastic play by Burnett over there. Hit right to her, and these balls are not easy to catch at third base, especially with how hard they come off the bat and how close the players are to each other. And that's why she has a .920 fielding percentage. One of the best fielders in the game right now. Spanagati goes 2-0. 2 away, nobody on. Ames working efficiently here. Her demeanor is unshaken after that hit. Meanwhile, this is hit well out to right center. Back at the wall. It's out of here. Spanagati, big fly. And a powerful drive by Spanagati will break things open for us. 1-0 with 2 away, and that'll make up for stranding the runner at second. And that was hit so well off the bat. It's one of those things where when you feel it and you just make contact, you know that it's going to go a long way. Here's Morgan Talley now to follow up that home run. 0-1. Swung on and hit the other way up to right. It's going to drop into the glove and do it for that frame. We head to the top of the second, but not before any damage is done. 1-0's your score. The Western All-Stars lead. Back from Patricia Wilson Field in a minute. Back from DeLand. Now up, Haley Breton, who is already anticipating a hit. That finds the zone for 0-1. Morgan Talley on the mound, who was just the previous out. Finds her 1-1 now. Next offering is off the bat and hit foul. One, two. She'll call time. Hit right back to the mound, and a quick flip to first, but almost got away from her there. One away.
Number 7, Victoria.
And Victoria Scott now has her chance for the first time this game. Sends one back the other way for the first pitch. Out of Palm Beach Gardens. Softball and volleyball dual sport athlete. 26 RBI and a 446 batting average. Definitely a highly anticipated player in this game, as that's taken inside for ball number 1. Again, takes it low and gets away from the catcher, but bounces off the backstop. That's also another thing you'll see. These wild pitches aren't going to get super far away from the catcher. There's a little bit of padding behind home plate that'll sort of resist the bounce, but for the most part, these balls are going to be pretty close to the catcher. This is chopped over to short. Can't get a glove on it. And it finds its way into center field, and it'll be a reach on error for Scott. And now, Victoria Burnett will settle in, who had an incredible play at third base in the first to get him out of the inning. Now finds herself with a player on first base. Takes her first pitch. This is hit pretty well at the left. Trailing back to the track and on the run makes the grab. So there will be 2 away. And now a new batter will settle in with a runner on first. That's Braylon Cintron. Catcher for this Southern team, as that pitch is in the dirt. Braylon's really just looking to poke something the other way as well. You want to get that ball behind the runner. A 2-0 count. She's probably looking fastball. And that's what you got, and she just got under it and popped it up. And that will retire it for this inning. So what could have been a productive inning for the Southern All-Stars will not have anything come of it. We head down to the bottom of the Western All-Stars order when we get back. And the wind has started to blow here in DeLand. That usually happens around this time anyways, but hasn't played a huge factor so far this game. It's actually a beautiful day at a beautiful facility. The 7-time National Field of the Year and the host of the 2007, 2010, and 2018 Atlantic Sun Conference. As that's hit right back to Burnett. And just like how they closed out the first inning, they start the second inning. The liner. College and University Field of the Year 2 years in a row. And home to so many tournaments just like this one. Ham's really starting to find her rhythm here now. You see just how calm and collected she is as they get her with the off speed. They had her swinging way out in front. Next offering is swung through and missed. And Berta finds herself in a 1-2. Nams just has Berta kind of all sorts of off balance here. You know, she starts her off speed, then throws a fastball, goes back off speed, and Berta just needs to kind of get her timing down. I think Ams is confident up there, and confidence is key when you have command in your pitches. That pitch was a breaking ball, hit the second. Quick snap throw to first, and they got her. And you can see Ams isn't really pitching to the strikeout. She's almost pitching more to the put out, to say the least. She's pitching to the fly out or the ground out. Of course, pitchers like that, it tends to make them look like they let off a lot of home runs, but in reality, they're actually taking a lot of bases away from players. As that pitch gets in there for strike one. Mia Lane settles in. This is low and outside. Mia Lane watches a breaking ball go by again for ball one. Out of North Fort Myers, a senior on her varsity squad, 480 average and a 520 on-base percentage. Looking to do something here as another breaking ball is watched high. Makes it 3-1. .106 plate appearances. She has 4 home runs. A lot of power coming out of the swing as she takes the walk. So that brings up Daria Bush with a runner on first now. Daria Bush, also another player with a lot of power out of Middleton. Most recently took the win 22-4. And her last game against Brandon. That pitch finds the zone for strike one. 583 average in 53 plate appearances. No home runs, but a couple doubles and a couple triples to her name. And that's that speed factor we were talking about in the top of the show. That pitch misses outside. I think as far as a hitter goes, it's almost more efficient to train for legging them out than it is to really train to getting them over. 1-1. Swung through the off-speed, got her off balance there, and makes it 1-2 with 2 away. And Ams is really unfazed by this hit. She's unfazed from the home run that she let off just an inning ago. Comes set now, rocks and deals. Runner goes, the slide, the tag. She's safe, she's in there. Had kind of a late jump on that. I think everybody kind of missed it there. She was able to sneak it in late in the pitch. So now a player aboard on second. And a 2-2 count, 2 away. Trying to extend their lead over these Southern All-Stars. Next offering. Breaking ball smacked past third base. She'll stand up with a single. They're going to wave her home. The play at the plate will not happen. The ball got away. And West strikes again. Mia Bush stands up with a double. She was able to sneak on the base there.
Number 10, Kirsten Schack.
And that was perfectly placed right by the third baseman, right past Burnett. Right past Towns. And it's 2-0. This is cracked back to the mound. Ams has it. Throw to first, scooped up. And another close call at first base, this time from the Southern All-Stars defensively, as that ball almost got away from her. We're 2-0, heading into the top of the third. Don't go anywhere. Softball on Quick Cut in just a moment.
Hartwell.
We are back here in DeLand. Top of the third, Southern All-Stars trying to get some momentum going. They're down 2-0. It's been 2 back-to-back scoring innings for the West, 2 scoreless innings for the South. Next offering is in there for a strike, makes it 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses high. And that's Hartwell, who, you know, comes from a pretty good school, pretty competitive district. Next offering is swung through and missed. And that'll punch her out. They'll toss it around, and that brings up Lily. Lily Herndon from Fort Pierce Central. We reached the bottom of the South lineup. The lefty with one away watches the ball go past the catcher and way out of play. Lily choked up on the bat there. You see that a lot in softball as well. The choke up on the bat just gives them an increase in bat speed, and everything's very marginal as far as increasing speed, whether that's running or pitching or hitting. And you see a lot of different techniques used for that. In softball, as this is chopped right back to the mound. She's got it, throw to first, 2 away. Melanie Farhado settles in.
Now batting, Melanie Fajardo.
Melanie is another girl who has just a quick bat on her. She's really able to get that bat through the zone efficiently and quickly. As you see right there, she pops it up the other way. Third base has got it on the run and on the back pedal to end the inning. So once again, a shutout inning from the Western All-Stars to keep South at bay. It's 2-0 from DeLand. And so with that, we have a pitching change here for the Southern All-Stars. Reagan Towns from Palm Beach Gardens is set to be on the mound. They pulled Ames out of the game. She wasn't pitching necessarily disastrous, but she was sort of on a downward trend there, you know, just letting off a couple hits and just showing that, you know, that this lead could be broken up. And I think the Southern All-Stars saw that, and they were like, hey, maybe we should throw in a new arm there as this pitch is fouled back. Makes it 0-2. Mackenzie Ladle steps up. That ball's in the dirt again. So the sun really starts to come out now and heat things up here. You've seen the humidity that the balls sort of fall flat, flying through the air. And that may play a factor here, although no wind, as mentioned previously. 2-2. Ooh, taken inside. That was a close pitch. Makes the count full. Nobody on, nobody out. We're at the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 is your score. Three-two. Hit the other way right down the first base line. And foul. That was hit right up the tip of the bat. She hit a pitch that was in the other batter's box. You know, it was low and away. And as a hitter, it's key to make sure you're disciplined on the 3-2. You don't want to swing at anything that can get you on base. You definitely don't want to swing into an out. 3-2. Swung on, and they got her on the off speed. And there's one away.
Batting number 1, Sophia Mandarin.
Sophia Mandarin settles in from Parrish. A senior on her varsity squad. She took her first pitch 1-0. She cracks one right into center field for a base hit, and that .419 on base percentage increases just a little bit more. Mandarin's aboard.
Batting number 31, Sophia Escobar.
Here's Sophia Escobar from St. John. Out of Naples, Florida. Bit of a shorter stature than we see from Mandarin as the pinch runner comes in. That'll be Mia Lane to come pinch run at first. First pitch is taken for a strike. And as a hitter, when you're up in the game like this, you know, 2 runs, you got a person on first. That's taken outside for a ball. You're really just thinking, okay, what can I do to really set up this team for success? You know, the Southern All-Stars really have not come alive with their bats yet. They haven't really shown any promise offensively, and I think, you know, as a hitter, you're thinking, okay, what can I do to set up all of my teammates to make sure we could score the most runs we can in this game? And just really looking at the defense, looking at your coaches, listening and looking at the pitcher and seeing what you can do. She finds herself 1-2, the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Escobar's got a good eye. 12 walks this past season, and she pops it up. Shortstop under it, and instead third base will call it off and make the grab. And there's 2 away now. Paisley Williamson now has a chance to extend this lead. Also a couple defensive changes for these Southern All-Stars. That ball gets away to throw down the second's a little offline and pulls her off the bag. It's a stolen base for Lane. One-oh. Take it inside for a strike. Addison Michaels stands at third now, and you've got Braylon Centrone at short. 1-1. Taken low for a ball and a jumpy lane out there. As you're going to get another run into scoring position, you know, with a left-handed hitter, you could just rip one down the line, and Lane's going to score regardless. But I think getting her 90 feet away is really going to be beneficial for the Western All-Stars. Williamson is up in the box and eager to hit. Next offering taken for a strike. Makes the count full. We're 3-2 now. The count runs full with a runner on second. Delivers. Taken low for ball 4. So now there's 2 on, first and second. And Lexi Manili comes up for the first time this game. Manili, you know, is another player who's taller, really able to get under the ball. And we see that a lot, you know, out of Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch. Her first pitch is taken for a ball. 11 hits this past season and 9 RBI. 50 at-bats. Finds herself with 2 away and 2 on. A 2-0 ball game. This is hit the other way, popped up to first, making the grab and getting them out of a dangerous inning. Southern All-Stars really trying to claw back here. It is 2-0. We're back in the top of the 4th. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you. Rodriguez.
We welcome you back to a still close softball game here as that pitch is taken in for a strike. Madison Rodriguez up for the Southern All-Stars, and a couple of lineup changes here. You know, in the All-Star game, people get mixed around really quickly, so Rodriguez is up for the first time. She'll face Mandarin, who's now on the mound. Mandarin almost hits her there, had to tuck it in. Mandarin as a pitcher has been pretty lights out this season as she fouls that one back towards the backstop. 167 ERA and a 9-1 win-loss record. That averages out to a 900 win percentage. Sophia Mandarin can really come in and close out these games. In 12 appearances, she's got 55 strikeouts, 16 walks, and she gets number 56 right there. Mandarin starts her outing with a punch out. Braylon Centrone now will check into this game. First pitch is up high. Out of Miami, Florida. Takes her next pitch. Makes it 2-0. You know, on the bases, Centrone is very elusive. She's got 7 stolen bases, and she averages 2 stolen bases a game. Be very dangerous for the Western team if she gets on base. This is grounded a short, long throw to first, and they got her. For 2 away. A shutout that's continued through the third. And of course, if it continues any longer, I think you really start to wonder as the Southern All-Stars, what can we do to change our game? You know, we switched out the lineup a little bit. We changed some things up. What can we really do to break this game open for us? Here's Michael to lead things off. Right back to the mound, but off the glove. Another throw to first. And a routine inning for Mandarin as she gets out of it. 3 up, 3 down. To the bottom of the fourth we go. And so stepping up now, the left-hander, Ariana Williams, who we've only seen once today. It's her second at-bat. She grounds one to short off the hop. Has to make a throw. It's going to be close, and she's safe. And so the Western All-Stars just continue to keep the pressure on them. It's a leadoff single for Ariana Williams. That brings up Goodwin. Runner goes. Throw down the second's going to be tight again. But it falls short of the bag.
Take your pitch, man.
Tori Payne on the mound from Wellington. Tempo unshaken. She makes her second inning debut. 2 innings pitched so far this game. And you know, 2 hits for the Southern All-Stars, 4 hits for the Western All-Stars. The Western All-Stars are just working more efficient in their at-bats. They're really making the most of them. They're seeing a lot of pitches, and they're getting on base quickly as that swung through and missed. Runner was a little jumpy over there at second base. 1-2. Swung on, little blooper to third. It's going to be a tight play. Throw to first is in time. There were two players converging on that one. Burnett was coming in.
Now batting number 15, Danica Spanagatti.
And now Spanagatti comes up, who had a big fly her first time around. And broke this game open for the Western All-Stars. Made it 2-0, of course. Spanagatti's got a girl on third. First offering. Outside for a ball. Again, the 1-0. That was a good pitch to take there. Makes it 2-0. From Montverde Academy, Spinagatti. Swings and fouls one back, and a lot of power on that one. 7 home runs in 77 at-bats, 37 RBI. These are college numbers that Spinagatti consistently puts up. Spinagatti check swing, and she wanted to go. 2-2 now, evens out the count. Spinagatti up in the box, eager. That ball's going to roll past the catcher, and West will score another one.
Let's go West.
3-0 your score, and this game is really starting to turn into the hands of the West team now. Three-two pitch. Spinagatti, high drive into right field to the track. It's a diving catch, but you can't get a glove on it. It's going to roll towards the wall. Spinagatti gets a little tripped up heading to second base, and she'll stand with a single. Another great barrel there. It was a diving effort out and right by Fajardo. And now there's a runner at first. Spinagatti is in my vote for player of the game. She has been electric, and with 6 stolen bases, I would not be surprised if we see her try and take second here. First pitch is taken for a ball. Tallies up again for her second time. Flew out her last time up. 3. In a 3-run game. Count runs 1-1. Tally's a player with a lot of opposite field power. We saw her earlier in the day in practice, and she hits one to center. It's going to be a jam shot on the run. Nobody can get it. They'll hold Spinagatti at second. Tally reaches first on a little blooper in the center.
Stepping to the plate, number 24, Abigail Hines.
Abigail Hines steps up for her first time this game. Again, one of those personnel changes. Out of Northport. Infielder who is 5'10" on the year. Takes her first pitch 0-1. Oh, breaking ball got away from her, and that'll move the runners to second and third. Hines set for the 1-1. Hit the other way and foul. Ready for the 1-2. A lot of speed at third, a lot of speed at second. Pitch is again fouled back the other way. She was just a little late on that one. Six hits. 2 in this inning. And 3 at the beginning. This has popped up and out of play. And we see Hines just really struggling with her timing here. I think, you know, the pitcher's mixing it up very well. And I think that's really throwing Hines off her game. I think Hines is going to come a little earlier on this swing. I think they're going to set her up off speed. And they did, and she pops it up. Left center field. Shortstop comes in on it and makes the grab for 2 away, but a run will score. My apologies, they actually gave her the stop sign. She took off running just out of my sight line there, but they'll hold her at second and third. So that brings up Berta, who struck out her last time out, struck out looking. And now faces Payne, who just misses the zone for ball 1. 3-0 your score. Next pitch misses again, 2-0. The defense is set up pretty close, you know. Shortstop's hanging out pretty close on the shift with third base, and you got corners playing in. With the 2-0. Green lit and fouled back. Michaela Berta. From St. Petersburg, Canterbury High School. She chops it right behind the mound. Almost had a bare hand grab on that. Now finds herself 2-2, 2 away, and 2 runners on. Rio's your score. They're going to strike her out. The throw down to first will not be in time, so it was a drop third, and it got away from the catcher, so she'll reach first safely. 1 run will score. That's Spinagati who came in. It is 4-0 as Mia Lane now checks in. She was set to catch the next inning, now comes in. Mia Lane has kind of been all over the place this game. You know, she's been up and through as a pinch hitter. Now she comes in as the catcher, but first she's got a hit with a runner on third and a runner on first. $125 runs scored. 154 RBI. That ball's going to be a check swing and gets away from the catcher again. So another wild pitch, another runner comes across home to score. 5-0. Western All-Stars are really lights out here. They are keeping the pressure on. They keep pounding the Southern team. 2-0. Breaking ball gets away and high. Makes it 3-0 now. Pitch. They're going to walk her. So first and second for the South All-Stars. Brings up Goodwin, but not before a little bit of a mound meeting here. They're going to just come in and check on her, you know, in such a tough spot like this for a pitcher. And to see your pitching coach come out there, it's really sort of a confidence shaker. You know, he's never going to go out there and talk to you when something good's going on. And so I think right now for Payne, what she's just thinking is, gosh, if I don't get out of this inning, this is going to be it for me in this game. And you don't want that to happen. A lot of fans out here in the ballpark, always great to see as well. A couple umbrellas coming out as we're slowly creeping up to 85 degrees. On one of the cooler days here in Central Florida, you know, the heat was a big factor yesterday in the baseball games. Coach has said his piece, and now we'll step off and we get set to come back and play some more softball. Really taking their time there. I think they're just kind of re-strategizing. You know, you have to re-energize your team, and you have to do it quick. It's really hard to get the team energized when you're down 5-0 in the bottom of the fourth. But the good thing is that there's still 3 innings of softball left, and, you know, it's really, really easy to come back from this. They just got to refocus. First pitch taken for an 0-1 strike. Oh, one misses low. Evens it at 1-1. You have a lot of power on deck as well. Kirsten Schock. A lot of bat speed on her barrel. One-two. Swung through, and they got out of the inning, but not before a 3-run blow. We head to the top of the 5th. 5-0 your score from Patricia Wilson Field. We're back in just a few. Welcome back to DeLand. 5-0 your scores. Southern All-Stars still trying to break into the runs column. First pitch shows bunt, almost gets hit there. As Reagan Towns leads things off for us against Bush. Next pitch is inside for 2-1. Cracked right back to the mound, and Bush will toss it over to first for 1 away. Heather Robertson will step up now.
For Heather Robertson.
Robertson was put out her last time up and looks to maybe reinvent that for herself. First offering. Swung on and hit way high out to left. Trailing foul, and it's going to be up against the wall. And it drops. Ariana Williams out there and left. Has the range, has the speed, just couldn't get to it in time. Robertson with the 0-1. Showing bunt. Corners come in. Pulls it back, goes to swing, and instead takes the ball inside, even out 1-1. Showing bunt. Corners clash in. Now she goes to swing. Takes another pitch for a strike. Makes it 1-2. Down the count. Robertson trying to help her team fight and stay alive in this game before West drives away with it. 1-2. Swung on and fouled back. Robertson eager to bunt, eager to get on base. 1-2. Way outside and gets away. Evens it back up, 2-2. Robertson showing bunt is really just trying to throw off the pitcher, you know. She's trying to get her to throw something outside, and if she pulls it back, obviously it's not going to be called a strike, but she's also trying to get those corners in so she can leg out maybe an infield single. Popped up under short and caught behind the bag at second for 2 away. Erin Lau steps up now, who also was put out her last time up, now faces Bush for the first time today. Look at her feet. She's way set up outside of the box. You don't see that a lot. You see a lot of players crowd the plate, but we don't really see people kind of step on that back line there. And I think, you know, to get balls hit the other way, it's really good. But for Bush, you know, she's throwing outside. It's going to be really tough for her to really connect on a pitch there and make some solid contact and get a good barrel on it. Two away, the pitch. Hit the other way and off the glove, hits the umpire. And he's going to walk it off here. She'll stand on first. That bounce out of the glove of the first baseman and into the knee of the first base umpire, who is now walking it off. We sure hope he's okay. These officials stand out here in the heat and you know, in danger of foul balls, in danger of line drives, but you don't see it often that an umpire at this level really gets hit with pitches or hit with, you know, balls in play. And he's okay, so we will continue with more softball action. Haley Barreton steps up. And already has a 1-0 with a runner on first. She goes to take off now, rethinks her decision, and hurries back to first base. And for a second there, I really thought we were going to see the first umpire out for the season with a ACL tear. Bertone was struck out her last time up. Now faces Bush for the first time with the 1-2. Swung on and popped up. Shallow left center. Shortstop's under it and makes the grab. Everybody kind of converged in on that. That was a close call for a collision there, but they get out of the inning. 5-0 your score. Still scoreless, the Southern All-Stars. Back in a moment from Patricia Wilson Field.
Kirsten Schock.
So Kirsten will come up to the plate for the first time today. Kirsten Schock out of Crystal River. Takes her first pitch for a ball. This pitch is hit the other way. Trailing back towards the wall. Everybody coming at it, but it goes foul. Schock again hits one the other way, and this time off the netting. Schock with the 1-2. Again hits one the other way, and this time pops it out towards the street. .206 this season, .313 on base percentage. 37 runs, and this time she hits one into the gap, left center, and on the run, making the grab. A majestic catch out there by Mackenzie Lady. And Kenosha Hartwell on the run. That was a beautiful catch. It was coming and kind of dropping into the gap there. And saving them from a single that could have turned into a double very quickly. Here's Lady. Second time this game. She faces Baritone and pops it up right behind second. calling it off is Michelle, and they retire her. So 2 up, 2 down. And brings up Sophia Mandarin, who's pitching for the Western All-Stars, but comes up to hit this time. And as a pitcher who gets to hit, it's really key because you understand pitching and kind of pitch variety and pitch synchronization. You anticipate what they're going to throw based on what you would throw, and it really benefits you as a hitter. 1-2. Again, popped up, second base side. Everyone coming in, and it's caught behind the mound. 3 up, 3 down. Scoreless inning for the Western All-Stars. We're back with the Southern All-Stars, who try to answer back in the top of the 6th. Victoria Scott to lead things off here for us. At top of the 6th inning, still scoreless for the Western All-Stars, who have half the hits that the West team does, 6 hits to 3 hits and 5 less runs. It's 5-0. Next pitch is going to be grounded to short. Bow, but she drops it. Just popped out of her glove. That's one of those things, you pull the glove up too quick, you think you have the ball in your hands, and next thing you know, you watch it go through your feet.
Number 8, Victoria.
So Tally made the error. Here's Victoria again. Burnett, who has had a pretty nice day today. A couple good plays at third base. Had a hit earlier in this game. Has a runner on first. Swings through and misses. And the 1-1. Swinging through her shoes. And 1-2 now. Off-speed got her. She was really set up that timing for maybe like a rising fastball or a higher velocity pitch, and she just did not have the timing. 1-2 pitch. Cracked to short. Flip to second. She'll step on the bag for 1 over the first, and Victoria will run in safely. Burnett reaches first, but the sacrifice at second. Now Reagan Towns sets up with a runner on first. Same position as Burnett. Burnett takes off running and will get in there safely as the ball gets away from the catcher. We've seen a lot of this, the communication between the pitcher and the catcher. You don't get the pitch with the same catcher the whole game. You don't get the catcher with the same pitcher the whole game. And so it's really important that you establish that communication system early as a pitcher and catcher, especially in a game like this where everything is changing so quickly. And I think that's why we've seen a lot of pitches get away. Just a little miscommunication, maybe not really understanding the tempo of this pitcher, because you also have to realize that they don't play on the same team as this pitcher, so they're not understanding kind of how this pitcher works their game. Meanwhile, Reagan runs the count 2-1. 1 away, runner on second now, scoring position. Oh, 2-1. Take it for strike, evens it out 2-2. And if you're Burnett out there, you're just making sure you don't make any lousy base running decisions out there. You know, you don't want to get caught in between second and third. You definitely don't want to get caught at third stealing and potentially slow this opportunity to score. As Reagan Towns hits it with the full count. Burnett ready to run and hit the other way and foul, so we'll stay alive for at least one more pitch. Towns was just a little off on that pitch, you know, hit it off the handle, kind of back off the top of the bat. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled again. Late swing behind that fastball. Again, tipped off the top of the bat. And we'll reset again the 3-2 with a runner on second. Swung on and fouled again. Might have caught the glove there of Hines. Mia Lane behind the dish. Her second inning catching for Bush. This pitch is outside and no walker, so there's 2 on now. That brings up Hartwell. Hartwell is coming into this game for the first time. She had a beautiful catch out in left field just a little bit ago. Out of Fort Pierce. A senior, basketball and softball, 2-sport athlete.
Stepping up to the plate, number 13, Kenosha Hartwell.
262 this season. And pretty good numbers, 11 hits, 2 doubles, a lot of speed for Hartwell. First pitch. Swung through and missed on the outside for 0-1. Hartwell's another girl with a lot of bat speed on her. You see her just a little choked up on that bat, gives a maybe half an inch on it. And you can see just how quickly her hands move through the zone as she swings at an 0-1 outside pitch, make it 0-2. Pitch to Hartwell. And she goes down looking. Hartwell is not happy about that one. And a backwards K for Bush. 2 down. 2 on. Comes up. A lefty now out of FPC. It's Lily Hendren. You know, she had a hit earlier in this game, and a lot of contact on this bat here. You guys see her choked up on it. Watches a pitch outside. Burnett was trailing off from second there, but she'll stay behind. Almost looks like she was halfway to third. Two-1 fastball is taken in the dirt. South still trying to break into this game. No runs. Next pitch is swung through and missed. And works the count now 3-2. Full count. 2 away, 2 on. And the most important scoring opportunity for the Southern All-Stars. The 3-2 payoff kicks and delivers. Runners go. It's taken for ball 4, and they'll load them up. So with the bases loaded it will be the catcher to come up. Aaron Lau. Talking to her coach at third. Burnett stands at third. Burnett, a lot of speed, can score on just a gap shot shallow into the outfield if given the opportunity. Aaron Lau has seen some action today and now settles in against Bush for the first time. First pitch is in the dirt and almost got away. A good block there. Four home runs in her past season, 21 RBI. Bases loaded, 1-0. Swung on right back to the pitcher. Bush has it. And they shut him out again. It is a line of zeros across the top of the scoreboard. We head to the bottom of the sixth. West leads 5-0 as we lead into break. Patricia Wilson Field. Fans really starting to crowd into this ballpark now as we head into the later hours of this tournament. You know, we're coming up at just about noon, 83 degrees now. The rain is supposed to stay away, and we sure hope it does here. Still 5-0. West trying to extend their lead once more. Pitch is taken for strike. Sofia Escobar in her third at bat swings and fouls one back. Now, Escobar was a key player in this 5-run lead, you know. Had a hit, got on base. It was one of the scoring runs. Escobar watches as that one goes high, 1-2. Now awaits the 1-2. Swung on and fouled back once again. So she'll stay alive for one more pitch. Escobar just also looks unbalanced here in the box. You know, I think getting put in with a new pitcher, of course, facing Barreton, who has a lot of velocity there and gets her off the riser. Barreton strikes out another.
Come on, Paisley!
Paisley Williamson now has it in her hands.
Now batting number 6, Paisley Williamson.
Second at bat for Paisley. And her first pitch is taken for a strike, pretty much right down the middle, and that was a good placement by Barreton, you know, to just set up early. As a pitcher, you want to set up 0-1 right off the bat. This pitch is fouled way back and right behind us. And now finds it 0-2. Williamson watches and goes down looking. Caught the outside of the zone, and there's 2 away now.
Stepping into play, number 14, Lexi McNeely.
Now McNeely comes in, who we saw once before and struck out, but now McNeely has a chance to, you know, get things going. It seems like with 2 outs is when this Western team really starts to come alive. Next pitch is fouled back. Makes it 0-2. Nearly up in the box. Kind of mid setup though, not crowding the plate as she fouls that back. Still just a hair late off of her swing there, you know. She's got a longer follow through, you know, a longer wind up to her swing, if you will, and I think it sacrifices the bat speed in terms of, you know, timing as that's taken outside for ball 1. And I think if she really just, you know, focuses on swinging a little earlier than most, I think she'll be okay. She's just going to get that set up now. As she fouls that one straight back again and makes it 1-2 still. One, 2. Ooh, a good take there and makes it 2-2 now, brings the count even. Two away, nobody on for McNeely. And the next pitch will hit off the knob of the bat. Makes it 3-2. Just a little inside, right under her hands. Now the full count, the 3-2 delivery. Check swing, and they will get her looking. So the 3-2 strikeout from Barreton takes her away, and we head to the top of the 7th. We're back in just a moment.
Fans, the Florida Athletic Coaches Association is comprised of nearly 6,500 members, coaches both high school and college in the state of Florida. The FACA sponsors 10 high school all-star classics in 9 sports, conducts 4 coaching clinics each year, and recognizes coaches for their exemplary efforts supporting the youth of the state. We thank you.
So Escobar, who got things going last inning hitting-wise, now comes into pitch and close things out for the Western All-Stars. They're up 5-0. They have completely shut out the Southern All-Stars up to this point. Addison Rodriguez to lead things off, who is 0 for 2 today. Her first time against Escobar. There's a breaking ball taken for a strike. Found the zone on the outside. Next offering already underway. The 0-1 is hit right back to second and over the head of the second baseman. And she'll reach. That was Abigail Hines over at second. So South has a player aboard now. And brings up Braylon Centrone. We've seen Centrone a little bit this game, but not enough to really get a read on her. You know, she hasn't played much as she hits that one the other way and foul. The left-hander. A left on right matchup here off the mound. A 5-0 game, and a game that, you know, the West team has been so dominant this game. The West team has been more exciting, I think. I think the West team has been more disciplined. They haven't really let their confidence get shaken, even when they let off a hit from the other team. Even when they weren't high in the count as that pitch just swung on and missed, you know, even when it was, you know, they had runners on, they still kept their composure, and I think that really shows what makes a good team great. They've done really well adapting to new pitchers that the Southern team has put in. Now the 2-2. Swung on, hit the other way, heading foul, and up against the fence and out of reach. She'll stay alive for one more at bat. Still awaiting the 2-2. She's really taking her time here. Really rhythmic on the mound as a breaking ball gets away from the catcher. Throw down the second, the slide. They got her on the back of the cleat, and there is one away. It was a good recovery there by Mia Lane, who kind of fumbled the ball, picked it up barehanded, just chucked it over the second. And able to make the tag on the back of the cleat, so nobody on base now, and they punch her out. So 2 outs back to back. And, you know, if you're the Southern team, you just have to think, where did it really go wrong for us?
11, Addison Michael.
It's Addison Michael back at the top of the order, trying to keep their hopes alive in this game. First pitch, swung on, hit the other way, and out of play. Michael not happy with that one, shaking her head. She was just a little off there. Made contact off the tip of the bat. Just gonna have to settle back in here now, you know. It's not a high-pressure situation. There's not a game on the line, but as a hitter, you know, you don't want to be the reason. You don't want to be the last out. You don't want to be the reason why you guys get shut out. You just want to get on base. As long as you get on base or you get a hit or you keep some momentum going, it just gets you in your head. 1-0. Swung on, hit the short. Grounded nicely, throw to first routinely, but it might have pulled her off the bag, but they punch her out and get him out of the inning. So the Western All-Stars reign victorious here in a 5-0 shutout. A spectacular showcase of softball here at Patricia Wilson Field. We thank you so much for joining us on the QwikCut Sports Network. I'm Christian Boussier. We thank you so much for joining us once again. We have more softball coming right up, so don't go anywhere. Back in 30 on QwikCut.
And that concludes today's second game.